Imagine walking into a Mexican restaurant and the waitress does something so horrible, so terrible, that someone had to throw tacos at her just to make it stop. Yeah, she spoke Spanish. Now, apparently the guy was asking something about salsa, and the waitress didn't know if he was saying that he wanted more salsa or that it tasted bad or whatever the case may be, because again, it's a Mexican restaurant, so there might be some workers there that don't speak English as their first language. Some of the best Mexican restaurants I've ever had are the ones where they don't speak a word of English, and it turns out to be some of the most authentic and best tasting Mexican food I've ever had. Now, luckily, some guy inside of the restaurant saw this play out, and he followed this guy outside to confront him.
You hate me. You hate me. Why do we hate you? What did you ask? You asked about salsa and you're offended because she didn't understand and or hear you? She doesn't even know what the fuck you were talking about.
Because she doesn't speak English.
How does someone have this little self-esteem? Oh, you don't speak English? Happy Taco Tuesday. Also, something people seem to forget is that English isn't even the official language of the US. The USA doesn't even have an official language, and it never had one to begin with. Now, obviously, English is the most commonly spoken language here, but technically, you're not legally required to speak it. And I'm not stupid. I understand that you should learn the language of the place where the majority of the people speak that same language. But I don't think that applies just to this waitress. I think that also applies to anyone that decides to willingly go to an authentic Mexican restaurant where the majority of people are going to be speaking Spanish. If you decide to go into a situation like that, it probably doesn't hurt to learn a word or two of Spanish. And if you don't like that, I mean, you could always go to Taco Bell. I hear English being spoken there all the time.
Oh, and that's okay? And that's a problem? Is there an issue there?
Well,
is that an issue that she doesn't speak English?
If you're trying...
Is that an issue that she doesn't speak English?
Yeah, you're yelling...
It's an issue that she can't speak English.
I like for you to post this because you're yelling at me.
So she doesn't like you, so you don't like her because she doesn't speak English.
I love hearing the cameraman's tone change every time he would ask him that question. He went from confused to angry and then to laughing. Like the dude said, she doesn't speak English. Wait, is that a problem? Is that a problem? Is that a problem? All the while, this guy is covering his face with his hand like this because he doesn't want the world to see what a taco-throwing racist guy looks like.
What did we do to you?
You hated me.
Nobody hates you. Nobody talks to you.
You clearly made it.
No.
What the fuck is he talking about saying you hated me? This is the classic victim complex move. Assume everyone is out to get you because of your own bad behavior. Dog, you just assaulted a waitress and now you're being a crybaby bitch about it?
No, I'm in public and you've reached to me, I will fucking slap the shit out of you. Try me.
Come on.
You're on video. You just reached and you stepped in my face.
Excuse me.
I will literally slap the No, you fucking reached at me just now!
So the taco guy tries to slap the phone away from the cameraman and that really ticks him off. And up until this point, it's been this really weird chest puffing back and forth like, come on, you want to go? I'll slap the shit out of you. But the moment the cameraman screams on the top of his lungs, the look on the taco guy's face screams, oh shit, I didn't think it would escalate to this. Dude's eyes opened up like he saw a ghost.
Reach at me again! Reach at me again. You're on video.
Let's call the police right
You're on video.
Let's call the police
Go ahead.
I love how he's trying to flip it on the cameraman by playing the innocent guy now and saying, hit me so I can call the police. Like, dude, are you expecting a medal for being patient now? You've been throwing a temper tantrum this whole time, all because someone didn't speak a language that you were too dumb to learn. And now you're trying to bait this guy into hitting you so you can play the victim role? But little did he know, someone actually did end up getting hit.
on YouTube.
No, you're gonna be on Seattle submissions for being a racist. You just reached at my fucking phone. Why the fuck did you fucking reach and punch me? You're on video. You're on video. You're on video. I'm self-defending.
After all that pent-up anger that cameraman had, he finally got his moment to punch the shit out of him. In fact, he hit him so hard that he started rolling on the floor like a cartoon character, and even his pants came down. I had to put a smiley face there so that nobody has to see something we don't want to see. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of escalating things to violence, especially when the guy doesn't really strike you as the next Floyd Mayweather. So the cameraman punching this guy doesn't really look too good on his end. I think by recording him, putting him on blast, and then posting this online for the world to see, that already does enough damage to this guy. But when the camera guy punches him, you almost get the impression that he was just looking for an excuse to hit him. So after the video started gaining some traction, it was posted on the r/that'sinsane subreddit, and everybody there was left conflicted about the situation, with some of the top comments saying that they're not really siding with anyone in the situation, saying it would have been more satisfying if the cameraman wasn't such an insufferable asshole himself. The cameraman was escalating the situation, and kind of just expressing how both people were dipshits here. But in the original Seattle Submissions TikTok post, every person in the comments section seems to be siding with the cameraman. They're all saying, thank you so much for doing us this favor. I watched this video a million times now. And they all seem to have a pretty positive outlook on this whole situation. My whole takeaway on the situation is, to the guy who threw the taco, yeah, fuck him. And the cameraman, he wasn't exactly a saint either. He probably shouldn't have punched the guy. He was definitely looking to escalate things. But I won't be shedding any tears for the taco guy, the same way he shed tears when he couldn't get his salsa. That's all I got for now. Take care.